open your ears real wide and say, "Give it to me straight, doctor. I can take it."
Kick the chops out from under the wheels. Flaps up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
What heights will hit? On with the show, this is it.
Doesn't matter what you say or the action that you take. This is done without your will for the problems that you made. You're the knight of the just house of Aragorn legions all around you. Different things you cannot change in the darkness that's inside you.
And good morning, good morning. So, get this link out here to a few different places. Let me see. Wait a minute, what was that? And good morning if you're watching. And if you're watching later, good morning. All right, so well, that was just one part of the job. Christopher, do the whole job. I am not the most tech savvy person in the world, as everyone knows. And then we got to open up this other service thingy here. And we're going to send this. Oh, no, you should have done this ahead of time, Doc. What are you doing? Well, I do the best I can with what I got. A day in the life of a creator. All right, there we go. Oops. So, I was remembering this morning. It's been a little over a year ago that I first stumbled across this neighborhood of the online YouTube creators who were also creators of books. Doesn't matter if it's CG or other indie, doesn't matter. That community, if you will. And my intro to it was a little rougher than it had to be because the very first thing I popped in on was a Bloodsports, is what I later learned the name was, where people are just in a panel and they are shredding each other. They're screaming, they're yelling, they're arguing, they're F you, they're this, that, and the other. And I remember thinking, okay, maybe this is the normal. So then I went on another stream and it was reasonably peaceful at the beginning. Then at the end, Bloodsports. And then I stumbled across beefs. These were new terms to me. I did not know them. I didn't trim my mustache evenly. Um, where two people just really have it in for each other over something and they're hating on each other and they're fighting. And that, of course, leads into blood sports. And then I discovered trolls. Trolls are people who come in and they just take digs at whoever, whatever, to try to keep some kind of controversy going. And I was taken aback, I'll be honest. So I kind of sat back and I watched this community that I had stumbled into. And I noticed some people do it, some people don't. Some of the big names do it, some of the big names don't. And the question in my mind was always, well, how does this sell a book? I mean, that's what we're here for, right? If you're a creator, you're here to sell your book. And I couldn't figure out for the life of me, how does, and forgive the noise, but it's hot in here, so I got my little clunky window unit going. How does this in any way help sell a book? I mean, my book's not about these other people on the panel. It's not about their lives. It's not even about my life. It's a book. It's a work of fiction. Um, you know, and I couldn't see the point in it. So I deliberately pulled back from certain spaces, but then I began to notice something, particularly in this last year. Now, please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I am not saying that the internet has become a kinder, gentler world. I'm saying that most people, or not most, a lot of people have begun to notice that it's not profitable, it's not professional, and they're pulling back from it. One particular channel went from being known mostly for the blood sports into a much more reputable comic book review topic discussion stream. Yeah, they still snap a little bit, whatever, but who cares, you know? This individual is not a book creator. This individual is just a channel that covers this stuff and has grown much more reputable and much more enjoyable to watch, in my opinion. I've seen other people pull back from the kind of blood sports trolls and beefs and just do a show. And I was watching one of those channels that still engages in that stuff, right? And I was looking at the participants, including in the chat, and it wasn't overflowing with creators. It was people who just have YouTube channels. And it wasn't really overflowing with people that are known to be big backers of projects. So where's the money? This is about selling a book. Where's the money? Where's the money in the blood sports, whatever? And then there's some associated terms that come along with that, like clout chasing and oh shoot, just went right out of my head. Anyway, it's, oh well, I'm building my brand by being a loud voice out there and stirring up drama because there's no such thing as bad press. That's not true. There is such a thing as bad press. It exists. Bad press is Jerry Falwell getting caught with a hooker or whoever it was. If it wasn't who was that other one? Who was that other friggin' television evangelist guy? Jim Baker, getting caught with hookers and whatever. Yeah, there's bad press. The guy that ran for president, I think his name was Hart, uh, got caught on a boat called Monkey Business with his mistress, sank his president. Yes, there's such a thing as bad press. And I have always been of the mindset that if you roll around in shite, you will smell like shite, which is not appealing to people. They don't want to come stand next to you when you smell like shite unless they themselves are rolling in the shite. It doesn't attract uh, integrity. It doesn't attract uh, class. And that's not to say that I'm the classiest guy in the world. I'm not. And it's not to say that I don't occasionally snap at people or get sideways about stuff, because I do. But it's it's not something that is part of my brand, if you will. I'm an old guy, you know. I'm a content creator as far as YouTube goes. I am a creator as far as art goes. I've been making art professionally for close to 40 years now. Uh, so you know, it never dawned on me, like, if I'm doing a fine art expo or I'm doing a painting, a live paint on my other channel, I'm not busy cursing at people and screaming and ranting and raving and carrying on uh, in on camera. I mean, that stuff's going to last forever. It'll live forever. I'm not doing that. I mean, how will I ever run for Congress if I've got that on my record? Um, I'm not running for Congress. Just a joke. Uh, just a joke, man. It's not a joke. Uh, I am very politically outspoken, but I try to keep it separate from my art. Um, my book, Pariah Blood and Mud, has nothing to do with any social agenda or political agenda. It's just not there. It's just a good story that I hope people will enjoy. Um, but having said that, you know, yeah, occasionally I'll scree out something I believe or don't believe or stand opposed to, and that's okay. But it's not the thrust of my channel. That's not the purpose of doing a book. You know, I'm here to sell a book. I'm here to market Pariah Blood and Mud. And it doesn't help me push content that there are trolls or people are having beef with each other or that there's blood sports going on. That doesn't help me in any way whatsoever. Now, my friend Anthony, he gets called the ultimate fence sitter, whatever. I'm not that guy. I will give you, hey, James Hayes, good to see you, buddy, as always. Um, Anthony is a fence sitter because he has a different way of avoiding controversy, and that is he's usually in the middle on most issues, shall we say. I'm not. I will always take a side. Hey, Tree Goblin, good to see you, buddy. Haven't seen you in a minute. Been missing you. Um, I, on the other hand, take the approach of it adds nothing to my life to have that stuff in my world, so I'm not going to have it. I mean, really, think about your, or I should say, if we think about our online presence as kind of your house, why do you bring in guests to your house that poop on the floor, that break furniture? You know, I'm reminded of a this is an absolutely true story. I digress a little bit, but that's okay. It's my channel. I can do that. One of the biggest collectors I've ever known of fine art has the largest private gallery east of the Mississippi in the continental U.S. Um, he had a reception at his home, and he invited some of the artists that live nearby that he collects, and I was one of them. Well, we were in this it's just a mansion. We were in this one kind of sunken fire pit room, you know, inside his house, and this room was dedicated to Asian art, and it was mostly sculptures and whatever. And Yeah, he wanted a group shot in front of the fireplace. Well, I'm trying to fit my big ass in there, y'all. I knocked over something and broke it, and I'm not sure what it was worth, but it looked more expensive than my car, and I was just horrified. He didn't say anything, and I was like, "Well, I can't leave here with that just there." And him go, "Oh, I wonder who." So I was like, "Dude, man, I did this, and I'm really sorry. Just let me know what it costs to restore it. I'll pay." He's like, "I don't worry about it." But having said that, you don't invite people into your home that do that shit on purpose. Like that's their goal. And the worst part is when you know that's their MO, you know that's what they do, and you still open the front door and let her in. Hey, Bobby, I haven't seen you since the last time you shit in my floor. Come on in and shit on my floor again. Hi, Carrie. Hey, well read, you sexy beast. Thank you so much. um, Well read is another one who does a really quality show that I enjoy watching. As a matter of fact, Well read, I just watched most of your new one that you did, the topic oriented one. And that's what got me thinking about this topic is how does any of this stuff help sell my book? And the answer, of course, is it doesn't. Um, so I digress. Let me get back on topic. So as time has moved forward, I have noticed the really serious people, the people that are making money and making good product, they're not doing this stuff. There's nothing wrong. And let me clear this too. I don't consider it trolling when people snipe at me good naturedly or whatever. That does not bother me a little bit. Hey, Shadowhawk, good to see you. I'm going to drop the link here in just a second, guys, if anybody wants to pop in. That stuff doesn't bother me. As a matter of fact, me and my friends rib each other mercilessly. Um, when I go out for coffee, by the way, it's not a chill. It's chill when I get there because I get there first. It's quiet, it's peaceful. The coffee shop faces east with buildings across the way, so you have that nice morning light and it's peaceful, but it's not blaring in your face. But then my buddies show up. And it starts off with, "Hey, how's the wife and kids?" And then it turns into, "You're getting fatter there, you fuckwad." Yeah, that. But at the same time, I'm not there to sell anything. I am, however, when I'm out here on the interwebs, I'm trying to sell a book. He's the good boy, well read. Um, so to bring the point home, there are some people that are just dead serious that they want to make money and have a good time doing it. That's cool. I notice those people aren't the ones that just make the blood sports and the beef and the trolling. They don't make that their bread and butter. Yes, it happens. Cool. No problem. It happens. But it's not the core of what they're doing. What they're doing is they're providing good content and they're making good books. And those are the people that are succeeding. Now, if I'm wrong and I fail gloriously, which I have done before, oh, I'm at the arena. Good to see you. If I'm wrong and I fail gloriously, it doesn't hurt me in any way. You know, I like to think that I will stay true to my values, that I'm still nevertheless going to produce a good quality book. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? Um, and I'll be fine. I'll be absolutely fine with that. I'm going to drop the link. Anybody that wants to pop in, whoops, is welcome to do so, including you, Amit. And Amit says, "I like Bloodsports. Testify was a great guy. We all miss him." I don't. I'm not happy that anything happened to him. That does not bring me any joy. My secret desire is that he's alive and well and he just found something else to do. Um, but, just constantly attacking people, particularly for no reason whatsoever, just not my cup of tea, not my thing. Um, you know, I don't like wallflowers. I don't like snowflakes that get offended at everything. I'm actually rather hard to offend. Uh, but if you come in my house and shit on the floor, that will offend me, and I'll show you the door. Just saying.
How dare you?
How dare you? Um, by the way, election day, do I even need to say it? If you're in the U.S., go vote. Not telling you how to vote, not telling you how I vote. I think you can probably guess, but go vote. You complete me. I truly do. I hope the dude is alive and well and just found something else to do. Um, think about this. Would you rather have a quick draw wrench in your stream that endlessly promotes your product, or would you rather have a troll that drives people away because they're so obnoxious? A little light trolling, having fun, no big deal, not a problem. But somebody that comes in and says, "No, don't back that. That guy's an asshole." Blah, blah, blah. I got no use for that. None whatsoever. None. Got a message here. It's always hard to find. I have so many tabs open that I feel like if I open one more, it's going to rip open the space-time continuum. Uh, where is it? Okay. That one was not related to comic books. That was more personal. So, yes, son, I will pick that up for you. A troll is better. Just look at Java's a good troll. I enjoy Java. Uh, as a matter of fact, I remember, oh God, what was the guy's name that would make the awesome memes and testify was more than a troll? Java is the best of us. Uh, what was the guy's name that did the cute videos and the memes and whatever? Yanafui. Mr. Yanafui. I I felt welcomed to the community when he memed me. He drew me as a dinosaur sitting at a drawing table, and I thought, I guess I'm one of the crowd now. Java is a good troll. Back in the day, I'm given to understand that Well Read was one hell of a troll. I don't know if that's true or not. I never went back and watched the older material. I was watching, who was it? It's one of the big boys. I don't remember if it was Ethan or Malin or whatever. I've gotten to where I watch those guys less and less, not because of any failing on their part, but because, well, Red says he's still a great troll. Um, I do know this, Well Red. People come on your channel and try to start shit, not realizing that you are an epic level troll, and it's funny to watch. Um, Tree Goblin says he collected spurgs, bringing people together. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, it's not that the big guys have less to offer. It's that I have so many friends now that I've met who stream and they have channels, and I just there's not enough time in the day to watch all of it, and then also produce a book, which I'm doing. So um, something's got to give, and my thinking is the big guys got theirs. Let me support the little guys so they can get theirs too. And that again comes back to, is it all capitalism? No, sometimes it's friendship. I'm going to support you because I like you. I'm going to support your content because I enjoy it. Um, but maybe that's me. Maybe I'm just the weirdo in the crowd. Uh, I did a show probably almost a year ago, uh, and I'm probably going to follow up on it. And it's just going to be shit I watch on YouTube, Volume 2. I remember Berserk Guts. He was leaving as I was coming. As a matter of fact, I think I was there for the very last time he was around. Amit, well, Red, you'll have to correct me. I was on that. Stream when something went sideways, and I didn't know who any of these people were. Um, so anyway, yeah, I think I was literally there the last time Berserk Guts was certainly the last time he was on a panel that wasn't on maybe his own channel. And again, I keep losing my train of thought because you guys crack me up so much. I love the chat. I love the chat when they're joking around and cutting up and being themselves. I'm not telling anybody, like if you come to a party at my house, as long as you're not breaking furniture, sitting on the floor, whatever, have a good time, man. Berserk was Razzie's first one. But don't come in and try to start a fight with one of my other guests. Don't break furniture. Don't shit in the floor. That kind of thing. I'm too old for all that, I guess. I went through that. I remember I had a party when I was in the Navy. This was right after boot camp when you go to what's called A school, letter A school. Um, it's your basic of whatever field you're going into, that entry level class. So I was in entry level medical. Uh, Let's see. Doc, my advice to you is hop on the Bancroft wagon. He is great for small creators to grow an audience. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. And we're not judging Rising. That's right. James said you loved Berserk enough to mute and boot him for a bigger streaming celebrity after starting a stream for him personally. Yeah, well, there you go. Um, I was having a party. It was a Christmas party, as a matter of fact. Uh, and I had a small apartment in San Diego, California. And I invited my whole class over. Bring a date. It's a +1 thing. But also bring your own beer because there's no way there were 40 people in that class. I'm not getting 40 people liquored up. Can't afford it. So this party got a little out of hand. No fights, thank goodness. But along about the time most people had either left or passed out, the hardcore drinkers were still going. And there were these two twins from Paducah, Kentucky, the Vogler boys. And Voglers, if you're out there and you happen to see this, reach out to me. I haven't heard from you in decades. One of them walked over to the corner of my living room and pissed in the corner. He was so drunk he thought it was the urinal. It wasn't. So I showed him the door. Get your drunk ass out of my house. Time goes on a little bit, and I'm thinking now all I want is some sleep. Thank God I held this thing on a Friday. We had that Saturday off, so I knew I'd be able to get some sleep at some point. There was a guy named Tompkins. He looked like Peabody from those old Peabody cartoons, so we called him Peabody. Meek and mild-mannered and just the nicest little guy, and he's super intellectual. Turns out he's the most hardcore alcoholic I've ever met in my life. The dude would not fall out. And we had played quarters. We had done all the drinking games. We'd been drinking all night. This dude would not go out. And all the booze was now gone. There wasn't even a beer left in the house. And he still wanted to play quarters. Doc, play quarters with me. Fuck. Maybe I'll use a little psychology here. So I just got out some Kool-Aid. Literally, just some Kool-Aid. And we played quarters with Kool-Aid. And 2 shots in the Kool-Aid, he finally passed out on my kitchen floor. I'm like, oh, thank God. Yeah, you got to love the smell of carpet piss in the morning. um, but then, I've been at other parties where maybe I got a little out of hand when I was young. I remember one time this dude, I was at a guy's house and some dude came over and thought he was in the privacy of the back of the house. He was just going to whip it out and take a piss in the dark. Well, it was right outside the screen window where me and my girlfriend were at the time. And we just started laughing. And he said, F you before I come in there and F your old lady in front of you. Well, I was young and crazy, so I just dove right through the screen, tackled him, and beat the fuck out of him. And I got shown the door again. That was probably not a good idea to start beating up on or start a fight with people, even if I lost. You don't want to do that. Should have just let it roll. I'm older now. Shit don't bother me like it used to. I'm sorry, I forgot to do something. Let me pin the link to the top. There it is. All right, so if you want to pop in, the link is pinned at the top, and you're welcome to pop in. So I don't know about you guys. I mean, I know a lot of you from the chat, and I love you guys. I don't know, however, how old are you? What do you do for a living? I don't know your details. So maybe your walk of life is different from mine. Maybe it's similar. Maybe we're of an age. Maybe you're a different cohort group. I don't know. Like my son was dating. My youngest son is 30 years old. Okay. and he got invited to a Halloween party last year. Maybe it was the year before. I don't remember. But he went over there and he had told me he was going and he was going to swing by the house later on. So that's cool. Well, he showed up awfully early, and I'm like, well, did you not go to the party? Uh, Ahmed is 34 and lives in Bali. Okay, cool, cool, cool. My middle son and you, same age. Um, he was early. Tree Collins says, I'm old, stale, and negative. Oh, don't crack me up like that. Uh, anyway, he was early, and I said, did you not go to the party? He goes, Dad, it was the weirdest fucking party I've ever been to. He goes, these people were drinking, but nobody was talking. They're all just sitting around this person's living room drinking. And there were furries and blue haired people and pink haired people, and they weren't dressed up. And he's like, this is definitely not my crowd. I'm like, okay, yeah, sounds like you made a good call and got out of there. Because not that it was dangerous or rowdy, but that it was probably a room full of really weird people. Um, and it's really something when, now when you see people dressed up for Halloween and it's, like May, and we're expected to think that's normal. It's not my world anymore. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, Pariah Blood and Mud is indeed still in sign up. We're looking at, by the way, if anyone's interested to know, looking at the end of February to launch the book. It has been broken into a trilogy because to do the whole book in one shot was just going to be cost prohibitive for me as the producer of the book and for probably most buyers given the inflation that's going on right now. So proactively, I'm taking the measure of breaking it into three parts, which requires some editing, and that's what I'm doing right now. And it's also hoping that we're bouncing back out of the inflation a little bit by then, and also maybe people get some tax refunds so they can afford to not. I should say they won't have to choose between eating and buying a book, which is where a lot of people are right now. I mean, everybody's hurting from the economy right now. Don't know how it is in Bali, Amit. Is the economy suffering there as well? That would be something good to hear. My UK friends, I know you guys are having a hard time over there as well. You also can't seem to keep a prime minister for longer than 5 minutes. What's up with that? Oh, and also, furries are the new punks. They're just misunderstood. I'm gonna have to doubt you on that one, Amit. Um, I'm not real sure about punks and furries being in any way related. I've got this one mutant eyebrow hair. You guys see that thing? Look at it. Jeez, lay down. I have to go yank it out later. Probably wrapped around the base of my skull. um, and you feel free to clip that sound effect. By the way, I'm here for you. Um, so seriously, what's the economy doing over there? By the way, UK's got a new monarch now. I'm not used to living in a world where Elizabeth is not the queen. It's just that's also hard to wrap my brain around. We're aging, so we've lost. Just off the top of my head, I mean, Alex P. Keating, Marty McFly himself. Uh, uh, Damn, what the hell's the actor's name? Just went out of my head. He passed. 6% in Bali, so not that bad. 6% is still pretty high. Um, and then there was we now live in a world where there's no Eddie Van Halen. I mean, imagine that. Eddie's gone. Eddie Van Halen is gone. What kind of world is that? We've lost Lemmy. We lost the dude from ZZ Top. Not Billy Gibbons, the other one. I can't remember his name right now. I'm blanking on it because this wasn't a topic I was going to go over. But anyway, it almost seems like the world is ending. UK is terrible. China and BlackRock own it now. I'm hearing you, brother. I'm hearing you. Um, we just lost someone else. Oh, Coach Dooley from the Georgia Bulldogs. Probably won't matter to any of you guys, but he was a legend here in the state of Georgia. He passed away. So goodbye, Coach. Thanks for the memories. Just so many iconic individuals that were a part of my young adulthood and adulthood. They're just gone. And stark reminder, we're all going to go at some point. Um, and also tribute. We lost Testify, which I never wanted us to do. By the way, I never wish ill upon anybody. And I don't know why Testify took an instant dislike to me, but he did. And if you come at me, chances are I'm not going to invite you over for tea and cookies. So, uh, you know, he took a dislike to me, so I just avoided him. I was like, I don't want to be in your world. But I didn't want him to go, and he was a fixture in this community. And I don't want anything to happen to any of you guys, so don't go anywhere. Don't you people start falling over dead. Um, None of that DED dead stuff around here. You kind of want your friends and your childhood heroes to be immortal. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I do. So, uh, oh shit. I literally have a delivery at the door. So sorry, you're going to have to just look at my empty icon for a minute. Let me go sign for this. Exactly, Ahmed. How did we lose Van Halen and keep Biden? That's not fair. Be right back. Screw you, Tree Goblin. The front door is on the opposite side of the house, so that really is the most running I've done in months. Whew. Ah.
How's it going?
Hey, Tanner, what's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing much. Well, that's not true.
Bit muted. Now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my mic was away. I'm oh man, I just reached out to Andrew Mangum. Was talking with him. I've reached out to uh Mark Bagley. I did.
All right, hold on, Tanner.
Yeah.
First of all, for my chat that doesn't know you, this is Tanner. Tanner's my co-host on my coffee show, but he's also the publisher of Apothic Press. Hey, Carrie is here.
Oh man,
And
I just realized we're live.
yes, we're live. Good thing you didn't come out in that normal outfit you wear for meetings. Those hairy pasties.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I left the micro bikini upstairs.
But Tanner's a publisher with Apothic Press. Actually, he's the owner of Apothic Press. And my man does not accept limitations. So he just reaches out to anybody and everybody that's huge and famous and says, hey, you need to come over here and let me publish your book. So today it was Mark Bagley and who?
Andrew Mangum.
Yeah. He was also caught trying to visit the grave of Jack Kirby, but no, that was no deal. That wasn't going to happen.
Yeah,
Jeez,
but he didn't say no. He didn't say no. He just didn't say anything at all.
Oh, now we got a blood sport going. Risey is calling, or a beef. Risey is calling out Well Red for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Well Red, what have you done now? In fairness, Risey has kind of gone a little bit around the bend because, alcoholism is a progressive disease. It leads to death, jail, and institutions. I'm pretty sure Risey is in an institution. I'm just kidding, Risey. Don't lose your mind and get sideways. I used to like Risey a lot, but now all he does is come on streams drunk and scree at people. That's not fun. So
No.
you see the topic, Tanner.
No, but I'm going to scroll up here.
Bloodsports, beef and trolls. Oh my!
Oh
Do
boy.
does any of that help sell books? And my
Uh,
answer is no, it doesn't.
not outright, but I mean, I, I know some other methods.
Blackmail is illegal, Tanner. Blackmail is illegal, you bastard. You could have been here 30 seconds before when I had to run across the house to go get a delivery and just had dead air here.
Oh
Damn it,
man,
man.
I'm sorry.
Damn it,
I was literally responding to Andrew.
man. Now I don't know Andrew Mangum. What does he do?
Oh my gosh, he's done a lot. He's worked for Amaral Press. He's done work for Razor, the re-release on that. Um, he's currently working on a creator own self-published title, and of course that's what I'm trying to get my hands on, and kind of work a deal so that we can help each other.
Okay. All right. I mean, if listen, if you never ask for something, the answer is always no.
Exactly.
I, and I don't have a problem with that mindset at all. Um, I remember one time I knew this guy. He went to my church and he was filthy rich. He was the president of a big company here locally. And I had been asked, Velnet, holy cow, I haven't seen you in forever. Good to see you. Um, the company he worked for produced expensive furnishings for your home that were not furniture, rugs, drapes, that kind of thing, throw pillows, right? And my church had asked me to open up a free counseling center once a week on the church property. I said, yeah, okay, I'll do that. But all my stuff is in my office where I actually make my living. So all I had was a little table. And he literally said, and I was sharing this with this guy, and he literally said, well, you have not because you asked not. And he literally told me to go down to the store and just get whatever I wanted and drop his name and walk out the door with it. So
Whoa.
I got a rug out of there that was worth more than my house. Um, oh, let's see. Doc Risey gives you bother. Ask him what Klaus's cat did. He soon behaves himself. Carrie, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute either.
I know.
I always enjoy having Carrie around. She is delightfully funny, and also one of my UK folks. So yeah. Anyway, that office over there at the church was decked out nicer than the one that I actually put my own money into. So again, you have not because you ask not.
That's how I look at it.
Until you
I
ask.
ask.
Yeah. And I appreciate you pleading with me to come on board too.
Yeah, I want to help everybody. I mean,
So there it is. If you're out there and you want to get a book out but you don't know how, contact Tanner Hurley.
contact me. I'm here to help.
And for some reason, Tanner, I had it in my head that this was Tuesday, right? And I was getting ready to go on the Tuesday morning brew.
Oh no.
Which is why I washed my hair.
Beautiful. Beautiful, one might say.
And, just realized when I walked back here in my studio, no, it's Monday. And so while I was back here, I said this earlier, I was watching Will Red's new segment or new show he started. It's just topic based. And I enjoyed it, by the way, Will Red. Almost all of it I didn't get to watch to the very end. I think I made it to point number 3 that you were discussing, or topic number 3. Behind the shadow banning that is going on, it's out there. So, and we're talking about Indiegogo.
So, okay, explain this, because I currently have a campaign on Indiegogo, and it's atrocious. Like, I can't even believe that, from my Kickstarter funded within like 18 hours, and now I can't even make over 120 $5, you know.
Well read. If you're still watching, please pop in because you can much more eloquently discuss this topic than I can. I would really appreciate it. If you're not, I'm going to PM you right now.
Because I've heard a lot of people have been talking about the shadow banning, and I can't help but wonder if maybe I'm being targeted by that.
Well, you might be. So here's one way you can quickly find out. Open a tab just for Indiegogo as if you're shopping and look for your book by name.
Okay.
If it doesn't show up, you're shadow banned.
Ah. Wow. Let's see.
Like I can go to Indiegogo and just type in pariah, and I'm one of the first three that pops up. There's a band called Pariah and a book called Pariah, an actual novel. So I'm there. I don't know how long that'll last, but I'm there.
Okay. I do pop up.
Okay, you're not shadow banned then.
I'm not
It just
shadow
means
banned.
your marketing sucks. So drop your link. Matter of fact,
Been dropping my link all over the damn place.
type a comment, if you will, in my YouTube channel, so I make sure you have a wrench and drop your link, because there are literally thousands of people watching right now. Just kidding.
Is there? I was like, that's awesome.
I wish. Velnet, I gave you a wrench as well. Come on, drop a comment. What are you doing?
What?
You drop a comment on YouTube so I can make sure you have a wrench.
On YouTube.
Okay, there's this thing called YouTube.
I'm going.
It used to be all about posting pictures or videos of your cats and your dogs and your children and your food, and then it became a thing.
We're probably going to get like feedback or something from me being on two things here.
Wait, what?
No, it's cool.
Well, Red, if you would you mind popping in for just a moment and in your very eloquent way explaining shadow banning? We've had some questions, and you are far more versed and eloquent in it than I am. Did you drop a comment yet, Tanner?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Almost got it.
Yeah, all you got to do is say hi, and I will give you a wrench. But I recognize you're a busy man, well read, and if you can't, there we go. There we go. Let's give Tanner a wrench. There you go. I DM'd well read. I said, "Come back." He said, "I'm back. What's up?" So thank you at least for responding to that. I'm sure right now he's typing an eloquent response. I'm sorry, Doc, I can't be on your pissant little channel. I'm a man of stature and cannot be associated with you at this time. Which is kind of the responses Tanner gets from like Mark Bagley and shit. There's Well Read. Welcome, Well Read.
Hey, Doc. How's it going?
It's going good, man. It's really good to see you.
Yeah, you too. It's been a while.
And yeah. And again, compliments on your new show. I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping it works out. We're going to keep doing it every week. I think the first one went pretty well. So
fantastic. I know I enjoyed it. I didn't make it to the last topic because I got interrupted by the world, but I think I made it. I made it past the. Oh God, let's see. There was something, and then there was the shadow banning, and then there was something else. Oh, you were talking about beef and Bloodsports. Does it sell comics and whatever? And my take on it is no, it doesn't. It's certainly a way to meet some crazy people. But
yeah.
Ultimately, what's your take on that, Well-Read? What do you think?
I think the Bloodsports happens organically, right? It's just the nature of the beast. You're in social media, so personalities are going to clash.
Yeah.
And You gotta have like a real buffet of personalities here. So full spectrum.
100% agree with that.
Yeah,
But
can't
but
argue with that.
but if you make that the meat and potatoes of your channel and you're a creator, is that helping you sell your book?
No, no. So I mean, it's kind of like a show that you really like, and if every episode is the shit, is the everything falls apart, shit hits the fan episode, then you probably get tired of that after a while. You're like,
Right.
there's no build up to this.
Mhm, mhm.
There's no significance. So when people fight after a while, people tune in, they want to see it, but there's diminishing returns, especially if you keep going back to that trough. So it happens, it gets a lot of views, but it's short lived. I think
Mhm.
having steady content is the best way to go. Um,
Agreed.
I think Bancroft figured out a way to make his channel have utility, and that's the way I try to think of my channel.
Right.
Even though it's slow going, I kind of chose a niche where I'm providing a bit more of a service than I am uh, building a channel necessarily.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, you don't get a lot of views for reviewing books,
Right.
especially indie crowdfunded books, and we get only a fraction of the backers watching the reviews, so that's to be expected. But
Right.
I think it benefits everybody to have that conversation available to them,
Yeah.
accessible.
Yeah. And I think
So
in the long run, it will be a much more viable tool. In other words, if I'm thinking about backing a book and people I trust give me a good review on it, up or down, I'm much more likely to heed that advice rather than somebody spurging about, I don't like you, so fuck your book. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah,
Right.
Why, why is Rising mad at you, Amit?
yeah.
I've noticed a lot of people, they tear into Amit, but Amit has always been cool with me since day one. I think he trolled me for about 5 minutes, and I just trolled back, and it was like, okay, we're friends.
Ahmed is awesome. Like he and I talk in Discord about stocks all the time. Both of
Yeah,
us are in the market, so
yeah.
Nice.
I wish I still was well read.
mm,
My IRA got wiped out during Obama to keep my practice open because the Affordable Care Act wasn't so affordable
right.
for counselors, and then I wiped that out. So then I thought, well, I'm just going to buy a Roth IRA and do this, that, because a Roth is nice and safe. Yeah, inflation now
Right. Exactly.
has made that just so wonderful.
Mm.
So we need a good 8 years of a good economy. Well read YouTube channel, subscribe. But well read, if you don't mind,
Hmm.
in your always eloquent manner, would you mind for Tanner and for some of the others explain what shadow banning is?
So shadow banning is a practice that a lot of the social media platforms use to give you the impression that you're still active on that platform,
Uh-huh.
but you don't have any reach um, beyond a very small circle. So typically, there are mechanisms in the platform designed to make sure that people are able to receive the content that they'd be interested in. So if there's particular people that you follow, there's particular topics, you'd expect those to be promoted to the top of your recommends list, and there would be a lot of visibility for them. But what these platforms do is they pick favorites, and if you're not on that select list of people that have been blessed and graced, you do not get the same level of visibility
If you're
as
not one of the
Ah.
anointed, you're not one of the
yeah.
anointed. Or would it be safer to say you made it somehow onto the shit list of people who aren't going to be recommended?
Right. So a lot of times these things are political, and there was an exodus from Kickstarter early on for crowdfunded comics from conservative creators because they were either kicking them off the platform or shadow banning them, not promoting their products.
Hmm.
So everybody went to Indiegogo because it was fair and impartial. They were more interested in running a business,
Hmm.
and it had been successful for a long time. But typically, they have people who um, they mod they moderate the content there, so they're like a trust and safety board.
Hmm.
And recently, they had a changeover in the people that were running that for Indiegogo, And we've noticed a significant number of and Comicsgate campaigns being shadow banned. Now you can actually confirm whether you're shadow banned. You look at the HTML, and there are tags that will specifically flag your page for your campaign as being non-promotable. So
Hmm.
it's very easy to verify, and it's not logical because a lot of these campaigns are follow-ups to other very successful campaigns that
Right.
were heavily promoted and did very, very well, significant numbers.
Or by
And suddenly,
creators who have a great track record of funding.
exactly, like that's the biggest thing in crowdfunding is that you just want to promote people that are actually going to follow through and not just continuously fail and pocket the money.
Mhm.
So
Mike
yeah,
Barron, of course, is the classic example here of a Tanner. Your Indiegogo link says invalid page. You might want to repost that link.
Ah,
Um,
dang.
so, like right now, Tanner, if you were to go to back to Indiegogo and search for Private American,
Mhm.
Mike Barron, and of course Tanner is a great comics historian. He knows who Mike Barron is.
My first comic was a Mike Barron comic,
Yeah,
actually.
his current project is not going to show up. Now, Willred, you had a guest on your
That
panel,
is
and I
insane.
can't remember the guy's name, but he said, he had somebody who really knew how to tweak the SEOs and the search engine optimization uh, to get
I think
around
that was
shadow banning.
Hmm.
Fowler,
Was
probably.
that Fowler that said that? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, his other books will show up, but not Private American. Not because of Mike Barron, but because the topic is. So it does kind of make you believe that someone who might lean a little bit maybe to the left, and I'm being polite here, has gotten into the safety and what'd you call it? Well read.
Trust and Safety Board.
Trust and safety. Listen,
Hmm.
those are two words that should scare the hell out of you in any corporate setting.
If you trust
Right.
them, if you trust them, you are not safe.
That's exactly right. The little kid from The Simpsons. I don't
Yeah,
feel
I'm in
safe.
danger.
I'm in danger.
an oxymoron. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh man. He sent a survey to Kickstarter making the same argument. Elaborate on that a little bit, Chris. And the link is pinned if you want to pop in at the top. Chris, of course, is the laughing rogue, and he creates and generates these wonderful games, card games, tabletop games. Really worth looking at. Here we go. All
yeah.
right.
So here's a clear example of shadow banning, and it's the campaign that we talked about last night. So Inglorious Rex, it's a follow up
Oh, I've
from
heard of that. Yeah.
Shane
yep,
Davis.
Shane Davis. The first campaign shows up. It is not shadow banned, and it made $300,000 within its lifespan.
Uh-huh.
But for you to find the volume two, which I think just started crowdfunding a week ago and is doing good numbers thus far, it's up to 100K. You have to go through the profile. So I'm not sure if you're still seeing my screen.
We are. We are.
Mhm.
Well, actually, sorry. So now I got to shift you over because it opened up a new window. One sec.
Okay. All right. No worries.
So I'm clicking his profile and looking at all his campaigns. So there you are. And only
Starlight
once you,
Cats.
Yeah.
yeah,
That was a good
you
one.
click on his campaigns, then you find Inglorious Rex Volume 2,
Oh.
and then it takes you to it, and it's also doing great numbers, 130K, 1,000 people backing it, but you cannot find it in the search engine.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you have to ask yourself, why?
Hmm.
Tanner, I don't know what's happening, but at least still takes me to the page that says invalid. Somebody else click on the link Tanner dropped and see if you're getting that
Really
same
weird.
thing. Chris, welcome, Laughing
Hey,
Road.
boss.
And
How are you?
you could hey, Chris, welcome. You could argue that this is a coincidence. Maybe it's just Inglorious Rex. There are we're counting at this point 20 Comicsgate campaigns that all are experiencing the same issue, all from established creators and all
Frog
doing great
G.
numbers.
We got Frog G as being shadow banned. We've got Private American. We've got Inglorious Rex 2. What else would we know when you mention it to us?
Here, I can give you a I have a screenshot because there was an Excel spreadsheet posted on Kiwi Farms that tracked all of this. And I'll just, 1 second. As soon as I get a chance to screen share. Sorry, I'm using my ninja fingers, so I'm moving as quickly as possible.
No worries. Chris, I'm going to ask you to share that yourself rather than backpaging it to me.
Word to your homies. I can't post it, of course, but I mean.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay,
Yeah,
so this is the list
I don't
of
think I have admins.
shadow banned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wow.
So that red column, promotable, no, is the
Mhm.
HTML flag that has been changed just for these campaigns. And you see these are big campaigns, big numbers, big creators, Graveyard Shift, Monster MD, Von Klaus, Iron Sights, Impossible Stars, that's your boy Zach.
Snowman, A Cold Day in Hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gemshock, Mandy Summers is there.
Now, Mandy found a way to get around this, I heard.
She was told initially that it was some of the more gratuitous content on her campaign. Maybe there was cleavage shown or something of that nature.
Oh, Jesus.
But as far as we know,
You're doomed, Tanner.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
yeah, as far as we know, she is still shadow banned, I believe.
Okay, all right. Now,
And Private American, of course.
our boy Brian Kriskow tried that new crowdfunder. He stepped out, took a chance with, what's it called? Well, Red, do you know?
Zoop.
Zoop. Okay, there you go. Finally, Tanner.
That was weird. Okay, I don't know if I just didn't copy it all. I don't know.
But
Sorry, I apologize.
Kriskow, Brian Kriskow, Six Gun Gorilla, great guy, great creator, and he's left leaning, by the way. Zoop did not work out for him. I think he's over on Kickstarter now, maybe Indiegogo. I'm not sure. But
Zoop didn't work for him?
No, he got, and my understanding is he got a lot of shit from people about trying it. It's like, well, why would you not? If you're getting banned left, right, and center everywhere else, why would you not jump in the lifeboat? The ship is sinking.
I tried it. They didn't even respond back to me when I did my submission.
Who, Zoop?
Zoop, yeah.
They didn't
It's
respond.
like, you go to their site and they're like, yeah, send a submission and we'll get back with you. And I'm like, cool. So I submitted Ren initially to Zoop because it sounded like a good deal. But I didn't even get a, hey, we don't like your content. You know, I mean, I got thick skin. I don't care, you know, if you don't want to do it. But I would think on a professional note, if you're not interested, let me know you're not interested. And,
you know,
I'll
rejection
say,
letters are fine.
Yeah.
You know? You know? It's like when you applied for a job back in the day, you just wouldn't hear back. You know?
Yeah.
At least give me a call and say, hey, we filled the position. Sorry, you suck. And like, okay, thank you. Yeah. So, Chris, what was that you were sharing? You said you can't actually share it out. Let me.
Oh, the thing. You mean the thing with Kickstarter survey or something else?
The thing you posted in private chat.
Oh, that was just Tanner's link.
Oh, Tanner's link. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, your survey then. Yeah. Tell us about that. Let's see.
Well,
Tay says, for a long time in Comicsgate, thanks to John Mailing, using other crowdfunding sites than IGG was considered breaking ranks, being a scab, and breaking the worker walkout, and would get you in trouble. Yes, I've heard this. I've heard, you know, that Malin was just, don't you dare, blah, blah, blah. And I understand why he said it. He just happens to have been wrong. If something better comes along, let's use it, you know. Because case in point, now the Trust and Safety Division apparently has taken the blue pill.
Yeah.
So Chris, this survey.
Okay. Yeah. I actually had my book banned on Indiegogo for a while because of blood and gore pictures. But yeah, that one got flagged. I had to take it down. But for Kickstarter, they sent me a creators survey, you know, and I sent them back and they said, well, what can Kickstarter do? I said, well, you can actually try to promote people. I said, I see you promoting a lot of a certain side here. I said, but I've been here for going on 10, 12 years now on Kickstarter, and I've never had a project promoted, which is fine. But when you see a pathway that it's only, I said, why don't you guys have like a podcast or a show or something promoting new projects from each category or ending projects? But they seem to only be very specific. Now, the thing that got me really concerned. Did you ever read the Indiegogo terms of service?
Mm-mm.
I'm a dork. I did.
But now I'm interested.
Will Red shared part of that on that stream he did.
It's horrifying. It is absolutely horrifying. They actually have the right, by you being on there, you give them the right, perpetual, non-exclusive, royalty-free, to use your product in any way they see fit.
Oh, interesting.
They can take your product and it literally says royalty-free, sub-licensable, transferable, exploit the copyright with respect to your user content. Copyright, publicity, trademark, and database rights. Yeah, you grant them those rights using Indiegogo. They can also, for any reason, and it literally says at their discretion, take your thing down, keep the money so you don't get anything, and just shut your campaign off. They don't need a reason. That's the trick on it. All this shadow ban stuff is shit. It's horrible. But it literally says in their terms of service, for any reason.
Wow.
Now, as bone chilling as that is, and it is.
There it is. We reserve the right to monitor, terminate, suspend, or delete any user account at any time. We reserve the right to suspend or terminate a campaign if it does not comply with this agreement or in its sole discretion.
Mm-hmm. Sole discretion means just because we want to.
We want to, exactly. Now, and they may refund all the money to backers, or the backers can seek reimbursement for you.
Mm-hmm.
So they can take the money and backers get pissed at you and don't get anything back.
Wow.
There is the silver lining here is there is in development as we speak, and I know the creator of it, an independent crowdfunding that is being developed by someone who is CG friendly. I don't think I'm at liberty to say any more than that. A lot of you already know, but I was specifically told not to drop names, so I'm not going to. I will earn that trust. Pardon me, it's time to hack up a hamster. Don't smoke, kitties.
It's been a while.
Apologies, Doc. I've got a meeting coming up at work. I just wanted to jump in, help out, explain things about that.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there, bud.
And you're
no, not at all.
Always welcome, Will Red. Always good to see you, sir. Keep up the good content.
Thank you. My pleasure. Great meeting all you guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Peace out. That's again Well Read Reviews on YouTube. Go on over and give him a sub. He does really good content. I enjoy it. One of the first channels I found was Well Read.
Thanks.
So yeah, shadow banning is real.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, you as a creator, you have the rights to your work. But we're in this world now where the owners of platforms own their platform and they can do whatever the hell they want to do, especially when you click, I accept the terms of service.
True.
And that's the thing. I don't get why it's bothering with shadow ban. If they have this quote unquote right because you signed the terms, why not just tell you instead of being a bitch about it and hiding it?
Well, I can answer that question. Bad press.
They're getting it anyway.
True, but if they shadow ban you and you don't pay attention, you'll think, oh, my campaign just sucks and I'm not getting money. I'll do better next time. Whereas if they came out and they said, no, we disagree with you politically, therefore your book cannot or your project cannot be posted, well, then that's an entirely different animal. That'll get the peasants up in arms. They'll come with torches and pitchforks. Like what happened to Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, wouldn't it be ironic if Kickstarter suddenly became truly the free one? And that bothers me because I actually like the way Indiegogo's business model works better than Kickstarter's, as far as flex goals and fixed goals and how it's funded.
in terms of building it, Kickstarter's easier than
Mhm.
Indiegogo, though.
Building a page, yes, it
Yeah.
is easier. But just I've heard a lot of bad things about the money part of it. How it, when you get across the finish line. So here's hoping that a fourth, not a third, but a fourth option pops up because Zoop. I've never checked out Zoop. Let's look at it together, shall we?
Sure. It sounds
You
great.
you have to be approved for that, right?
Yeah,
They-
you got to
it's
be
not like
approved.
any other crowdfunder. You have to be. They have to say yes, we will take your project.
Zoop,
Or they
may
won't
be-
say anything at all, as in
Well,
Mike.
yeah.
Okay, that scared me, so I'm going to ask Chris to bring that up for Zoop because I typed in zoop.com and it said, new window, this may be for sale. Would you like to buy it? I'm like, I don't want to buy Zoop.
Oh.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's soup.gg
Oh, okay.
for whatever reason. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, so Zoop, let's pretend we're shopping here.
Okay. Which one would you like to look at? Doesn't matter, I guess, really, right?
Yeah, just click on something.
And they do specify pre-orders. I'll go with this one. Didn't launch yet. See, because they don't have a lot, right? Already
what-
funded.
I'm interested in what a pre-launch looks like. Let's take a look at that.
Okay. Let me go back. Coming soon. I'll just grab this one. It doesn't look much different than the pre-launch for Kickstarter, really. Put your address in to get notified.
No video.
No video. That was the thing that got me about it. No videos. Now, is that the way it is for the regular campaign? I don't know.
That's what it looks like. But because they handle everything for you. They build your page. You
Oh,
just
really?
send-
Now, all right, let's see what an active campaign looks like.
They're the ones that gave me the idea of doing that for people under the Apothic banner.
Yeah. Okay.
Except I'll let you know if your project doesn't.
Wait. Scroll up for a minute.
That's what I see. A lot of coming soon and funded.
Do
Are
they
these
have-
are these the only two active?
Well, let's click on it. Let's see what's up.
Yeah.
No video there.
No video.
24
And it's
days
just
left.
these are the pledges.
Oh, just bare bones.
Add-on. You can put a video in the story.
Okay.
And then but the story is after the pledges. I don't know.
That is odd.
Because I'd want to look at it before I go back up to do the rewards.
Yeah.
I do like this that you can bookmark. But like you said, they build all this for you.
Okay.
Right.
Now, I have other questions. There was God, I can't remember her name now. She's definitely a SJW. She was over at IDW.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're not narrowing it down.
She was like their EIC. And then
Yeah.
she went to a separate, I think, crowdfunding. Is it this one where she's the boss?
I thought she went to Kickstarter and she was the
Who are we talking about? Anybody in chat?
Anybody out there? We need a lifeline.
Not Heather Antos, was it?
no.
Who am I thinking of? Jesus. I'm drawing a blank.
I know, right? Camilla Zhang. No?
that's
Camilla
not it.
Zhang is Zoop.
Okay. Maybe it was. I don't know now. I don't know. Here, let me do a quick search.
Yeah.
Didn't Camilla Zhang work for Kickstarter?
So did she? Maybe she switched over. Yeah, could be. I don't know.
I don't know.
It didn't.
That
I'll be
sounds
honest with you.
really familiar.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of having the rewards first. But I guess that's what they do. I mean, obviously it works for them.
I mean, that doesn't bother me as much as the terms of service.
Right.
They're going to shadow ban you. But I'm keeping in mind that Six Gun Gorilla is not a lightweight project,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and it didn't fund on Zoop.
And it has history.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that book's got legs. It's been around for a minute, and it's a well known creator, well known campaign, and
Right.
I mean, yeah, Brian Christgau is a friend of mine, but that doesn't change the reality. The dude is known. This is not an unknown quantity here.
Because
So,
That's really strange.
he had been on a lot of the larger CG shows and so on. So I mean, the fact that his didn't grab it on Zoop says something.
yeah, it
With all
does.
that-
So who knows? Who knows? I mean, Zoop may end up being something. I'll go look at their terms of service later and read it with a
Yeah.
fine tooth comb, as I'm sure Chris will, because he's geeky that way too. Thanks, James. You are always a rock star, sir. Um, but failing that, I'm really hoping this, and I can't remember the name of it now, and maybe I don't need to. The one that's being created by a CG friendly entity. Ethan has mentioned it. It's been mentioned on several shows, including myself. I will not say names. Not going there. I don't want this person to get dogpiled. I don't want the project to get torpedoed before it's born. You know what I'm saying? The internet is a lot like the Wild West. I just don't want. I don't want Wyatt Earp's little brother to get shot in the back while he's shooting pool. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, that was a true part of that story. I was watching a documentary. He really did get shot in the back while he was playing pool. The part where they busted in on the wives and shot at him, that was made up. So,
Okay.
yeah, Tombstone. It's a great movie. Who cares?
It's a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go there for historical reference, sir. I just wanted to see a good movie, and it was a good movie. It will always be my favorite Western, and just period. They made Young Guns, and then Tombstone said, "Yeah, here, hold my beer."
Yeah.
We'll do it better. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Now, Zoops does say that they do have the worldwide non-exclusive royalty-free license to use your content, but only on Zoop websites. So I guess it'd be like for advertising purposes and so on.
right?
It doesn't have the blanket large thing that
Yeah.
Indiegogo seemed to have.
And I really did. I read that part from Indiegogo to mean, if we want to put a commercial out there saying, "Here's the stuff that's been on our platform, and yours is in there," cool.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. It's the shadow banning part. It's
Yep.
the use your property for anything we want. No, look. Independent creators are very jealous of their own products. We will guard them like children.
Yeah.
Don't think I won't fight you over my characters, because I will. I'll make you famous. Let's see here.
And it does have on here. Reserves the right to remove content and submissions without prior notice. They reserve the right to decide if it's appropriate. So,
And
same thing.
it's within reason. That makes sense. All right. So, like, if I own the company, I'm not going to let you just bring out anything like porn or pedophilia or whatever.
Right.
I'm going to reserve the right to refuse that, and you can say, but that's where I would draw the line. It's pornographic. It's threatening, libelous, defamatory, racially or ethnically. I got to be careful with the offensive term, though, because being offended, I'm sorry, is not a protected class.
It's an Olympic sport these days.
It is. Now, I get it. You
Right.
should. I don't think, as a decent human being, you should go out of your way to be offensive to anybody. However, the other side of that is equally true. I should not have to walk on eggshells for fear of offending somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter is going through this really weird phase right now, where it's almost like people are scared to test the waters a little bit. Some are just diving in and blasting the N-word and Jew jokes and whatever to see what they can get away with on Twitter. I'm posting things like boys have a penis, girls have a vagina, and then going, and waiting to get swatted, and it hasn't happened yet. So we've almost created a generation, even of us older guys, Chris, who are afraid to speak freely. We're not afraid of free speech. You say anything you want to, but I'm a little leery of saying this because I don't want to get struck. And how fucked up is it that has entered our mindsets?
It's horrible, you know. I
Mhm.
mean, since we're the generation that created, you know, Beavis and Butthead and Family Guy, and yeah, you know,
There's literally, and anyone that's still watching in chat, I encourage you to play this game. I don't watch commercials if I can help it. Okay, like on YouTube, if they roll one of their 15-second you can't skip it commercials, I will back out and re-enter, and back out and re-enter 1,000. If it takes an hour, I'm going to skip that fucking commercial because you're not going to make me watch a 15-second commercial on a 2-minute video. Fuck you. It's not going to happen.
right.
Having said that, if you let a commercial play, the game is find the straight white male. Yes, I use ad blocker on my computer all day, but I haven't figured out how to get it on my Fire Stick. If that's possible, James, tell me, and I will go in there and search for it right now.
Yeah,
But
right.
having said that, play the game, find the straight white male. Like, I was watching an otherwise wholesome commercial of a family, and it was a white mother with her Asian child and her black father. I'm like, how did that happen?
I do have to get going. I got the class stuff in a couple minutes, but I wanted to
No,
stop in.
he's scared of the topic. That's what it is. I'm kidding, Chris. Always a pleasure to have you, sir.
Good seeing you, brother.
Take care. Take care. But yeah, do that. Watch a commercial. Try to find the straight white male. Just try. It's going to be a woman that's the center, a person of color, or a foo-foo person is what I call them. It's never going to be the straight white male. And I keep waiting on the brawny paper towel commercial to come out with the pink-haired version. I'm just saying. But a lot of people that have done this with me, it's like, wow, man, I didn't even realize what was going on here. Now, if there is a straight white male, let's add to that masculine straight white male.
Well, and it's funny that you talk about that, because last night I watched the Winchesters, the first pilot episode. If you're into like Supernatural and stuff like that, it's a prequel to that show about their parents, which was originally played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
Right.
you know, a badass in his own right.
Right.
And so I watch it, and his character, you know, he's coming home from Vietnam. So this guy is freaking a Marine. He's like recon or something, survives Vietnam, comes home, and he's getting his ass kicked left and right, and is always getting, like within the first episode, I noticed, and we watched the second one too, and that was the same way. Within the first couple episodes, he's always getting his ass kicked, and he gets saved by, you know, his future wife, which is Mary. You know, and she's like the Buffy character, you know. And I just think it's funny that this guy, you know, is this badass freaking Marine, survives Vietnam, and yet can't hold it down with his female counterparts.
Right.
You know,
I have no problem. Oh, let's see. People use blockaded to block ads on Fire Stick. Thank you. Thank you, James Hayes. I will listen. That'll be on my Fire Stick as soon as I sign off here.
I know, right?
Because I hate being forced against my will to watch something I did not click on. Okay, I'm sorry. I know ads fuel the thing. I just hate it. Anyway, I don't have a problem with strong female characters.
No, not at all.
Wonder Woman in the 70s was always saving Steve Trevor. I don't have a problem with that. She's Wonder Woman.
She's Wonder Woman.
She earned it. She's there. Okay. And I don't even mind it if you want to have a Mary Sue. I don't.
Yeah.
But does it have to be every single property? You know, we got Riri Williams is going to be smarter than Tony Stark. Her armor's better than Iron Man's armor. Because why? Because of course. Because of course it is. The only Prominent male character in Wakanda Forever appears to be Namor, not Namor, Namor. Fuck, and he's the pseudo villain in his non-ripped self showing up. I mean, come on, man. You didn't put in the Chris Evans work to get the superhero body. Vicky says, Well Red was only partially correct about how Indiegogo Shadow Band works. Feel free to drop links
Well, I'm all
and
ears.
share info. However, we're about to log off here. But Vicky, if you got something, send it to me. We follow each other on Twitter, I believe. So hit me up and let me know, and I will absolutely bring that info forward because shadow banning sucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I did want to get Well Read back on here with Fowler talking about how he used SEOs to get around that stuff. So I'm really interested in that. If there's a zig around the zag, I want to know about it.
Absolutely.
It's better to be informed than to be blindsided, is what I'm saying. Okay, I will go and check that out. In the meantime, chat. Oh, wait. James says somewhere woke writers confuse the idea of being powerful with being a good character or making them popular with an audience. Exactly right.
Yeah.
It was never that Tony Stark made this incredible suit of armor. It's this bumbling genius, Howard Hughes type, totally over the top guy suddenly grew a conscience and had a character development. That's what made Tony Stark wonderful. Chris Evans was the skinny punk getting beat up in the alleys and continued to be a good person despite being given this incredible power. That's what made those arcs good. Not, hi, I'm a normal person. Poof, now I have powers and I'm the best. That's not what makes a good story. Okay. But anyway, on that note, that's a whole nother show, Tanner.
Ooh, yeah, we might have to talk about that after.
We might have to dig into that on Thursday if I still feel it. But in the meantime, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. I want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me and let me
Thanks for having me.
Blow my wad over Bloodsports, Beef and Trolls. Oh my! I don't think they help sell books, and I'm not going to be a purveyor of it. If I'm wrong, oh well, I'm wrong. I will not, I promise you, lose one moment of sleep over it. In the meantime, be good to each other, be safe, and we'll see you later.